Hello, my name is Victoria and welcome to this class. Today we're going to be focusing on slowing things down, really taking a pause, pausing in these poses, really feeling any sensations that occur, and just noticing what happens. So this should be a nice, slow, luxurious flow. Hope you enjoy. Some things you'll need for this class. I recommend having 2 blocks if you have them. If you don't, pillows can also work. Also a strap. And if you don't have a strap, I'd recommend grabbing a shirt or a towel, something like that, something that you can hold on to, preferably a little bit longer. So have those ready next to you, and we're going to begin in a child's pose. So drawing your knees out about mats width distance, drawing your toes into touch. Think about pressing your hips against your heels and then reaching your fingertips forward and bringing your forehead to your mat. Then actively drawing your hips towards your heels, reaching your fingertips forward. Think about creating space down the spine. Just beginning to notice the breath. Noticing each inhale and each exhale. With each inhale, noticing your body filling up with air. Good, and exhale, melting further towards your mat. Noticing any emotions that might be present. Any sensations, any images. How can you let go a little bit further here? We're here for the next few minutes, so just hanging out, allowing yourself to get deeper into this pose. Maybe rocking your forehead from side to side, massaging your forehead. Then crawl your fingertips over towards the right. Maybe even bring your left hand on top of your right, getting a nice side body stretch here through the left side. And keep drawing down your hips, really ground down and really reach through your fingertips. Breathing into that left side body space. Noticing where you might be holding any tension. Then walking your fingertips back over to the right. Maybe bringing your right hand, or to the left, and then bringing your right hand on top of your left. Getting a nice side body stretch here through the right. Think about reaching from your fingertips to your right hip, really gluing down your right hip. Good, then walking those fingertips back through center. Then peeling your chest up, Being really kind throughout these transitions. Yeah, we don't want to just jump on out of them, just noticing what might be happening. Good, maybe rolling the shoulders back. It's bringing a little movement back in the body. We're gonna rock forward for just a second, just to get a good tuck in the toes. So we're coming into fire toes. You really want to tuck those toes under as much as you can. So I like to come all the way up. Then bring your knees down. You're gonna sit onto your heels. Good, stretching out the entirety of the foot here. This pose is quite aggravating for me. So I am letting myself say it's okay, you got this. Noticing what might come up for you. This might feel really good. We don't often stretch out our feet. This might be really uncomfortable, but noticing the difference between uncomfort and pain. If anything is at all painful, definitely come out of it. Listen to your own body. But if it's just something we're not used to, something uncomfortable, just noticing what's happening. See if you can breathe through it. See if you can give those thoughts a hug without necessarily having to come out of the pose. The more we sit in a pose and allow ourselves to relax, the more our muscles can release and we can get a little deeper into them. So you can bring your hands to heart center like I'm doing if that feels good. Maybe just resting them on your thighs. And allowing the rest of your body to just be at ease. If you need a break at all, this is quite an intense pose. You can always come out of it for a second, and I like to just tap the tops of my feet on my mat. Good. And then just come back whenever you're ready. We're here for about 5 more breath cycles. Just noticing what happens when we allow ourselves to take that pause. To take the time to notice. How's your breath right now? Is it deep? Is it shallow? What's the texture? What's the pace like? What's the color of your breath? Just noticing, whatever that means for you. Good, and we're ready to come out of this finally. Ooh, yeah. So just tapping the tops of your feet. Ooh, giving those feet some love. Awesome. You're gonna wanna grab onto your strap here, and we're gonna come up to standing. So unraveling that strap. You're just coming to a nice, comfortable standing position. And you want to bring your strap or your towel or your shirt, whatever it is, wider than your shoulders. At least for me, it's going to depend, it's going to vary per body. But start off there, a little bit wider than shoulder distance. And you might want to grab the ends, not a big deal. But we're going to reach our strap up and over our head and keep going. Ooh, yeah, there you go. So you might find that you need to widen your grip a little bit, that's okay. So finding, especially in that space right there. Ooh, noticing any crunchies there. Breathing here, big inhale and exhale. Yeah, being nice and gentle. Not wanting to rush through this. We're still warming up here through the shoulders. So moving at a nice, slow, steady pace. Yeah, not pushing through anything. So letting go of what you think needs to happen here. There's no necessarily goal in this movement, except to warm up, get a little bit more mobility through the shoulders. Thinking about the rest of the body as we're moving through this, what's happening in your legs, what's happening in your face, what's happening with your breath. A few more. You might notice that this is feeling a little easier, a little bit more mobile. Good, one more. Just gently take that strap, put it to the side. We will be using it again later, so make sure it's still handy. Remain standing here. You want to turn towards the front of your mat. Good, feet to touch. And inhale, we're going to take a sun salutation, but we're going to move as if, not necessarily we're in slow motion, but we're going to pause at every step of the way and really notice what's happening. So even here in Tadasana, mountain pose, thinking about grounding through the feet, think about lifting up the kneecaps, legs are engaged, core is strong, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Maybe just pausing here. Letting go of any tension you might be holding in your jaw, thinking about elongating your neck, making space in the back of your neck, right? Good, really rooting down through the feet while also thinking about lifting up. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips up towards the sky. Rotate your pinkies in towards each other. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Checking back in with your core. Is your core strong? Good, but think about energy spilling out through the fingertips. Then pausing for a few breath cycles. Noticing what's happening in the body. Good, then exhale, bringing your hands in towards heart center. Maybe even closing the eyes here, pausing. Then inhale, reach those fingertips back up. And exhale, slowly dive down as slow as you can, flat back. Belly button is hugged in towards your spine, hinging at the hips, lowering down. Coming to a forward fold, so you can bring your feet out about hips width distance here. I like to measure that by bringing 2 fists in between my hands. Good, then bring a big bend to your knee. Let your head be heavy, maybe shake it yes, shake it no. Maybe grab onto opposite elbows. You can rock from side to side. Imagine you're being held up by a string from your tailbone. Allow your whole upper body to be at ease, to relax, to let go. Maybe even finding a little play here, noticing how you sway. Good, then releasing your fingertips to your mat. On your inhale, rising up halfway flat back. Good, so really think about squeezing that belly button in towards your spine. Hands can be on your knees, your shins, they can be on your mat. As long as that spine is flat, neck is in line with your spine, shift your weight forward onto your toes. Core is super strong here. Think about bringing your shoulders back just a bit. Good. Pausing here for about 2 more breath cycles. Good, then on your exhale, plant your hands down, step your right foot back, then your left. We're here in high plank. If you don't want to stay here, you don't have to. If you're up for a little bit of a challenge, staying here, core is nice and strong, staying lifted. How can you find a little lightness here in high plank? Good, then slowly lower your knees down. And as slow as you can, hugging your elbows into your side as if you're gonna scrape them against your side, lowering all the way to your belly. Good, keep your hands where they are, keep those elbows hugged in, squeeze your legs together as if you have one long mermaid tail. It is beautiful. Squeeze it together, hug those elbows in, then inhale, peel your chest off of your mat. This is really coming from the low back, so little to no weight in the hands. Maybe even play with lifting your hands off of your mat. Coming up 1 more inch. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good, then exhale, tuck your toes, plant your hands, lift your hips, down dog. Good, checking in with your hands, spread your fingertips nice and wide, then really reach your chest back. Lift your tailbone up. It's okay if you have a little bend in the knees here. And think about your heels being heavy. Knowing that they may not ever make it to your mat, that's okay, no worries. Good, then on your inhale, you're gonna lift your left leg high, slow as you can, step it through. Awesome, plant down your right hand. On your inhale, you're gonna reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Hug your belly in away from your thigh, really reaching up through the left fingertips, opening up through the right shoulder. If this is a little bit too much of a balance for you, you can always drop down that back knee as well if you want a little bit more stability. Can you open up 1 more inch? Good, then exhale, plant your left hand down. If your knee is down, lift it back up. And you're just gonna crawl your fingertips through center over to the other side. Good, so now we're in a low lunge on this side. Plant your left hand down, reach your right fingertips up. Easy twist. On your inhale, think about creating more space, and on your exhale, think about twisting 1 more inch. Checking back in with that breath. Where can you find a little more ease here? Maybe dropping down to that back knee if you did so on the first side. Good, then exhale, plant your hands down, then crawl your fingertips back over. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Good, then this time, walk your feet in together to touch. On your exhale, you're gonna reach your hands out, almost in a V shape, then lift your heels up, tuck your chin in, curl into kind of a little ball. Awesome, and then just coming down to a seat. Doesn't have to be super graceful, but if you did that, bonus points. And we're gonna grab onto our strap again. So just have that handy in your bag. I'm gonna put it to the side here. Bring the soles of your feet onto your mat. Reach your fingertips forward and slowly, as slow as you can, as if you're moving through jello, lowering onto your back. Using that core strength here, yeah. Ooh, perfect. Good, adjusting when you get there. We're gonna grab onto our strap and bring it around the right leg, or the right foot, I should say. Good, you can either keep that left leg bent or let it go long. And you're gonna kick that right foot up towards the sky. Really think about reaching your heel up. Yeah. It doesn't matter how far forward your leg goes, but really think about reaching that heel up. And pausing here. Maybe even closing your eyes. Checking in with your left leg, really grounding down through that left hip, extending through that left leg as well. and breathing. Trying not to push or force anything here. How can you do this with the least amount of effort? Two more breaths. Okay, then bringing both straps into your right hand. Maybe even rooting, using your left hand to root down your left hip. You're gonna open up your right leg. Yeah, as far as you can without pushing it. Now we're just gonna hang out here. I'm kind of cheating, my foot's on the wall. Feels nice though. And again, closing your eyes if that feels good, and just breathing into this space. Good, then on your inhale, draw your leg back up through center. Bring your straps into your left hand, and it's gonna gently go over to the left. I already feel this sensation. This is really working into the IT band, so you don't have to think about going all the way over. It can just be an inch or two. But again, thinking about reaching that heel up first and foremost. Listening to anything that might be happening, any emotion, any thoughts. Maybe your mind's saying, when are we going to be done with this pose? This sucks. It's okay. Just listen to that. Say, soon. You got this. Noticing what happens when you sit in the pose a while. Maybe it'll become a little easier. Maybe you'll get a little deeper than you thought you could. Good, and coming back through center, bend that right leg. Ooh, yeah. Let it go long. Ooh. Just pausing here to notice the difference between the two sides. Good, and bringing your strap around your left leg, your left foot. Reach that left leg up, still extending through the right. Reach that left heel up. And if you're finding that this is hard, that you have a big bend to your knee, one, you can really play with the strap here, grabbing where you need to, but it can be a lot lower as well. Wherever you're at today. Noticing what happens in the breath when we encounter different poses. Maybe some that seem more challenging than others. Do you hold your breath? Does it quicken? Good, then bringing both straps into your right hand, opening up to the right, to the left, sorry. Left leg, opening up to the left. There, we got there. Good, again, just breathing into this space. Maybe thinking about drawing your toes closer to your head if this feels good for you. Again, thinking about grounding down through the right hip. The more you ground out through that right hip, the more we can open up through the left. Then bringing that leg up through center and gently over to the right. Ooh, yeah, I already feel that. It does not have to go very far at all. Just breathing, reminding yourself that you are in control. You got this. Slowly bringing it back up through center. Bending your left leg. You can remove. Bring that strap to the side. Ooh, yeah. Maybe windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And just noticing. Taking a minute to just lie here. To notice. Good. We have one more pose before our final resting pose. So gently coming up. We're going to use those 2 blocks here. So a little bit of a setup to start. You want, 1 block is going to go underneath your head. And I'm going to put that at the lowest height. So flat just like this. And then the second one is going to go underneath your shoulder blades. And you want this to be higher than the one under your head. And this can be, I don't like it that high, but you might enjoy that. And also if this doesn't feel supported enough, you can always add a blanket on top, or if you have a bolster, that works too, but you want your chest to be higher than your head. So setting up here first and then beginning to lay down on it. You might need to adjust when you get down there. Yeah. Good, and just under your shoulder blades is where that second block's gonna go. And you're gonna extend your legs long, arms can just rest at your side, coming into this supported fish position. You can close your eyes and just hang out for the next few minutes or so. And you can stay here for the rest of class if that feels good for you. Or if you'd like a more traditional Shavasana, just gently rolling over to one side. You don't want to just sit up here, so gently coming off of your blocks. Just removing them to the side. And coming back onto your mat. Extending your legs out long, arms at your side. Closing your eyes, relaxing the muscles of the face. Peeling your tongue off the roof of your mouth and softening the space between your eyebrows. Your only job here is to just be, to just let go. I'll let you know when it's time to come out, but enjoy your moment of rest. And staying here as long as you need. If you're ready to be guided out, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes, rocking the head from side to side, just bringing some life back into the body. You can hug the knees into your chest, give yourself a nice big hug. And then tip on over to one side, coming into a fetal position. Pausing to feel the earth underneath you, supporting you, always there to hold you up. And keeping your eyes closed, coming up to a seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. Bringing your hands to heart center. Taking a minute to reflect on all that you achieved today. Taking a minute to take note of all that you observed, all that you noticed when you took the time to pause, to really sit in the sensation. Then bowing your forehead towards your fingertips, thanking yourself for coming to your mat today. Namaste. Then maybe blinking the eyes open, noticing the room or the space that you're in, and maybe finding one item or one detail that brings you joy, that brings a smile to your face, no matter how big or how small. And take that sensation of joy with you throughout your day. My name is Victoria, and I want to thank you for taking this class with me, and I'll see you next time.